in the Cleveland Central High School Band, and we are so very proud of you. So let's get a picture.
Congratulations.
Show them how you move.
We've seen them in action.
I can't do it, but I like watching. Gariana Walls, did I say it right?
It's Gariana.
Gariana Walls is an 8th grade student at CCMS, taller than me. She also is a All-State Honor Band, I-55 Honor Band, first chair of trumpet in the CCMS band.
Congratulations.
Yay, we're so proud of you. I never could read the music. I wanted to be in the band, I just couldn't do it. Amanda Mahaffey. Amanda is a senior trumpet. I guess you call you a trumpeter, is that what you say? Mississippi Bandmasters Association All-State Honor Band, I-55 Honor Band, Delta State University Honor Band, and Mississippi State University Honor Band. And have you decided to go to Mississippi State?
Hey! All right, Bulldog.
I have season tickets, I'll be seeing them.
What about the other senior? What are your plans?
I'm planning on going to Jackson State and majoring in music education.
Jackson State.
All right.
We're so proud of y'all. Thank you.
You're going to show us what you're working with.
So we wanted to recognize them for their outstanding performance in our CCHS band. Construction work is still going on at all our facilities, restroom-wise. Mr. Johnson has updates, pictures of the restrooms in his packet for you to see. The pipe by the CCHS gym has finally been restored. It took a minute, but they should have been fixing the concrete today. Once that was done, it took a minute. We kept flooding every basketball game, but there were several breaks in the pipe, and so I'm happy to report that that has been finished and corrected. All right, attendance is a national topic. When we were at the School Board Association, we all that were there even went to a session. But this February 29th and March the 1st, MDE is having an Attendance Improvement Institute at Delta State, so we don't have to go anywhere. We will have a 6-member district team to attend, and we will come out of there with a updated, revised local plan of action, and hopefully they will give us some suggestions, not just, I mean, we are already working on our plans and have school plans, but I hope they can provide us some ideas and suggestions that maybe none of us have thought of, because I was in my car today following people and trying to get them to school, so I mean, we're doing everything we can, and anyway, so I just hope that that's one thing that we can make sure we can rectify, make it better, talk to parents and community members to help us when they see somebody not in school, to help us find ways to reward the ones that come, and so that the others will want to come, because we're offering good things for them. We received our FY25 allocation for gifted teachers. We have 6, and we're funded at 5.68. Our new safety and security officer, Mr. Gerald Resley, has shared with me reports where he has conducted site assessments at each school and working on things that he has found, and he's got pictures, and I'll put them in your next packet for you to see. So we're happy about that. MDE, I went to a session and met Tim Scott at a Delta Association of Superintendents meeting. You know Tim? Oh, okay.
From South Carolina?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, he works at MDE.
No.
Not that Tim Scott, no. No. Anyway, I asked him to come, and he came and spoke to our administrators recently on accountability updates. Read and Read is going well at DM Smith. We're now serving students at Parks. And Pierman has the high-dose tutoring. So we've got Read and Read at 2 places, and the high-dose tutoring grant is at Pierman that supports our kids in reading instruction. Basketball came to an end last night, and I just want to say that we are very proud of our team. We're proud of all of our teams. They had a great run, and they really made us proud, and they were a lot of fun to watch this year. Softball has begun. We're looking good in softball. Baseball, I hadn't seen a game yet, but I think their game had been away, so I'm looking forward to seeing baseball. Archery, I know we've won 2 events already. Isn't that right, Mr. Towers?
Yes.
Okay. And tennis has won 2. I know I've seen 2. They're doing a really good job on social media with Taylor's got it going with the pictures and stuff, and we look really professional, like something I couldn't do. In January, we had 131 staff members with perfect attendance, which I think is really awesome. We've had a lot of flu, RSV, and COVID with January. But our teacher ADA looks good. We do have a few pockets of places where we've got maternity leave, surgeries, and stuff like that. And I'm happy to report they started on the roof today at the transportation department. So that's all I have.
You know, I'm gonna ask about this student ADA.
Yeah, I mean, RSV, flu, and COVID is terrible. I know, and that's,
High school at 85%.
Could you get us, get an idea of what the Delta's student attendance is
Sure.
from the other
See if we're
areas,
better or worse than.
other area schools?
For the month, for the same period that this
Right,
is, because
right.
I'm a witness that flu is up, COVID is up, and these upper respiratory infections are up.
Well, it's been up
Strep.
since school started.
but it's been an uptick.
It's an uptick.
Hadn't they taken the COVID thing away where there's no quarantine period anymore?
You saw that on
It's
social media, but the hospitals and doctors are still giving them 5 days.
I think it's recommended, I don't think
It's
that it's
recommended, it
passed.
ain't
mandatory.
mandatory.
It hadn't been passed, but it's recommended, if
Well, I saw
24
something
hours
where-
fever
I saw
free.
it too. CDC put out something, but you got doctor's notes, you know.
Don't y'all
You
believe
know,
it? This stuff is
I mean,
highly
DM's
infectious.
up a little bit, but,
Contagious.
you know, your successful schools are at 95%. There's gotta be that's gotta resonate. You know, I mean, if they're there, they can teach them. If they're not there, they can't teach them.
All right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
Are there any other questions for the superintendent? Being that her report had no action items, we will receive it for informational purposes only.
Jessica.
Business department,
All right, good evening.
Good evening.
I am presenting business office financial reports for the month of December 2023. Please excuse my voice, it's going in and out.
Come on now.
I've been ill this past week. Presented to you are your December 2023 statement of income, budget status report, statement of fund balance, expenditure report, cash flow. I've added the balance sheet report. And I will be presenting that from here on out, and bank reconciliations. So for the month of December, the district's fund balance was $10,440,816. We spent $2,343,545, and the amount of revenue we brought in was $1,531,693. We have also reconciled the food service bank account, and their fund balance for December was $552,421. They spent $224,014, and they brought in $228,676. This is all that I have on the financial reports.
okay. Go ahead.
One quick question. When will we start budgeting process?
It has already begun
Okay.
for the upcoming year.
We gonna be within budget this year?
We're looking like it. I've gone through the budget status report, and we're in February, a few more months from year end, and we're out about 65 to 70% of the budget spent in some categories, and some we haven't even touched. So I'm estimating us to fall under budget this year, although we.
I'm talking about for next year. In other words, during our budgeting process, we're not gonna budget. Now, this year, we have a
Over
$4 million
No, the bathroom projects, if they go over into the next fiscal year, I'll have to budget that deficit, of course.
Right.
But that means the deficit will fall for FY '24.
But that money's already been accounted for, it just hadn't been spent.
I'll have to roll it over into,
Right.
yes, into FY '25.
Well, we need to try to stay,
We've already talked about it, we
Okay,
can
good.
find ways to cut. The biggest of it was just the construction projects that are going on.
that's right.
Yeah.
But we need to stay within what we got coming in.
Right.
I have a question about the cafeteria budget.
Yes, ma'am.
And, they are always in the black.
Didn't used to be that way,
Didn't
but they
used to
are
be
now.
that way.
But as long as I've been on the board,
You're right.
they
you're right.
have been.
Yes.
You said the deal
Say
with their
that.
fund balance.
Okay. Do the monies that are in their account stay in their account and just roll over to the next year?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's
So
correct. So they,
whatever they end with, that's what they begin with? Or does the district add monies to their budget?
so right now, the food service department has been self-sufficient. We have not had to give them any operating funds at all. This past year, we did go in and help them out with some of the renovation costs. Those were pre-approved by the board. But other than that, they're self-sufficient. They're doing fine. Even after the cafeteria renovations, they dipped down to almost 300-some thousands about 3 months ago. In fund balance, we're up now. I know this is 552, but current month, it's about $650,000 in there now. So they're getting it back. They're pretty reserved when it comes to spending.
When will they submit a needs assessment?
So they do that yearly. We just got back their clearance report from their summer feeding program and their,
You're talking about expected expenditures?
Right, like freezers,
oh,
equipment.
so we have not planned the directors meeting. We meet with some of the principals on staff, but the directors meeting should be coming up in March. We'll talk about their needs. But for the most part, she has everything she needs. We added
That's what we just
up.
got done with, just bought some stuff, she had just gotten some, yeah.
Remember, we had that equipment grant?
That was an example.
Yeah, we bought the equipment.
I just want to make sure that they're ready for the summer and in the fall, especially.
She puts in a big order,
Mhm.
right for end of May, April and first of May for all of her equipment for the summer. And so she already talked about it, so she's good and ready.
When we
She keeps us good.
qualify, because all of our schools are on free lunch.
Free lunch, free reduced.
When we qualify for that, that made the, go from us having to put money into the account every year
That's right.
to them ending the year with a surplus, so it's really helped out.
Can we get
I mean, some
some,
years we'd have to put 300, 250,
Yeah.
300,000 in there just for them to get through the year.
well, I was kind of wondering how that
That's
worked.
back when we were serving the good stuff, though.
Yeah,
Fried.
like the strawberry shortcake.
It was fried instead of steamed.
Homemade cinnamon rolls.
So can we get some Sonic ice machines? They do? They have Sonic ice?
No, they got the crushed ice.
They
They
got
ain't got,
crushed ice, but it's not Sonic.
the Sonic's about twice as high.
It's
I
crushed.
need some like bags. Oh, yeah.
Okay, are there any other questions for the business manager?
No.
If not, can I get a motion to approve her report?
So moved.
Can I get a second? It's been moved by George Evans, seconded by, Richard Boggs, to approve the business report. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion carried. District operations update?
Mr. Johnson's report's in there with pictures, if anybody has any questions.
Do you all have any questions regarding?
No, I'm
So
good. We got it.
Okay, we will receive that report for informational purposes only. Federal program updates, Ms. Towers?
All right, just want to let y'all know, in addition to some of the updates I already submitted, we finally heard back, I think I heard back Monday, about the middle school and pyramid money. You know, I have been telling y'all for a couple months they was gonna get some money. And I submitted my stuff to Ms. Bell, and a minute later, they finally sent the email. So we're gonna start, budget meetings with them, probably next week sometime. I have to have that budget turned around probably about the next 2 to 3 weeks. So in the March board meeting, I'll be bringing you all both school budgets for approval. And I do want to give you like a gear up update. Ms. Pulley, Dr. Mucha, myself, we did go to Delta State yesterday to a gear up meeting regarding just a district partnership with business managers, superintendents, kind of getting a gist of what gear up does, what it's about. Some of the things that we have going on right now, we have 2 sites. We got the 8th graders at the middle school and then the 9th graders at the high school. So we have a company called Get to College. They partner with the grant through Delta State. They'll be in the district, I think February 22nd, to talk to the students about college preparedness and things that they need to fill out forms, things they need to do to make themselves college ready. And the whole thing with the grant is trying to get kids ready and geared up, motivated for college. That's why we have speakers coming in. That's why we do college tours. And right now, from speaking with Mr. Jefferson, Coach Jefferson the other day, we have about 72 freshmen that have shown expressed interest in the ACT, and this is something that the grant can pay for. And so it should be during the April administration. So I'm hoping all the kids stay and they don't bag out all at the same time. But 72 is a good number. And I told them, if we can do that and get the kids the experience of taking the ACT, that's going to show some dividends for us a little bit later on. Also, we have remediation and student tutorials going on at the middle school and the high school with those same 2 cohorts. High school, they're doing Algebra 1 and Biology. Middle school, they're doing Math, and they will start ELA and Science soon. So we have additional days for those. And we're also planning college tours. The reason we haven't done one besides the one earlier on that Saturday was because we had to coordinate with the drivers. We had to just pay the driver for the full day, because in the past they've gone, like they say they go to Mississippi State. They leave at 8:30, get there. By the time they get there, look around for an hour or so, they gotta get back on the bus because the driver has a route. So now what we're gonna be doing this time, we're gonna make sure we compensate the driver and make sure we work with Mr. Alexander to make sure the route is covered. So we don't have to rush back. They can actually take their time, get a full tour of everything that's going on at college. And we also talked about tutor.com. That's a platform that's similar to, I think, what Dr. Ramucci used to talk about, paper. Kind of gives the students one-on-one virtual assistance. And so Coach Jefferson, by the freshmen being new to the high school, he was unaware of it. So I reached out to them yesterday after the meeting to get the high school team some information so they could reiterate that and reissue it back out to those freshmen, because they weren't utilizing it. And this is paid for through the 8th grade till they graduate college. So this is all through high school for this same course. So this is free, already paid for tutorial. You type the question, you take a picture of it, you get a live somebody chatting with you about how to answer the question, how to break down answers. So it's a free service that we need to do a better job of utilizing. And also it's already on the agenda, bringing a national speaker to talk to the students, the 8th graders, 9th graders, and even some of the parents about just character education, just motivational, and it's going to also be paid through grant. But that's all I have.
Do you all have any
Yes,
questions for me?
No, not a question, just a suggestion.
Yes, ma'am.
Ask Mr. Jefferson to check with ACT. There's a test called the PLAN test. And what it does is I call it ACT baby brother. What it does is give the 9th graders, and it's usually administered to 9th graders.
Okay.
It gives them an idea of if they were to take the ACT, where they would score. Gives them their strengths and their weaknesses, so they'll know what courses they need to take to improve their scores. It's called the PLAN, and it's through ACT.
Thank you. I did not know that.
Yeah.
It's through Kaplan.
Huh?
My daughter currently uses the plan. It's Kaplan services.
Okay.
Through Kaplan.
But I know when I was doing it, I did it, ACT.
It's not free.
No, it's not free, no, God, no.
Okay, well, that's something that,
But that's something that could probably come back, you know,
yeah, that's something that
under
the
gear
grant
up.
can pay for, so,
Yeah.
thank you. I did not know that. Thank you.
All right, any other questions for federal programs? Okay, we will receive that report for informational purposes only. The only action item is already listed in our actions. All right, curriculum updates, Ms. Towers?
Good evening, everyone. Upon my return, I engaged in a couple of meetings, striving to develop some more partnerships, especially on the high school level. There has been an update, will be an update to the accountability model, as far as the categories of growth. Typically, we could not receive, well, in the past, we could receive more than 100 points in the areas of growth. However, that will no longer be allowed. We will be capped at 100. So when we looked at the data, it would have impacted the high school had it been updated this year. So the math score for Algebra 1 last year, they typically would receive over 100 points in growth in that category. So this year, they will not be able to receive more than 100 points in any category. So in order to help them in those areas, if we look at dual enrollment, also advanced placement classes in the acceleration category, I met with Dr. Natasha Johnson, who is the Director of Admissions at Mississippi Valley State University, to develop a partnership with them for dual enrollment classes. I do anticipate, once we do get board approval, an increase in enrollment in college algebra. And the reason why I say that is Delta State requires a sub-score in math of a 20, whereas Mississippi Valley State University only requires a 17. Community colleges require a sub-score of 19. So now we are going to be able to allow more students to enroll in some dual enrollment classes, specifically college algebra. Also, I met with Mr. Harris, who is a director at the Global Teaching Project. They offer online AP STEM courses. We currently have AP Biology at the high school. However, they offer AP Biology, AP Statistics, AP Computer Science. They do plan on adding AP Environmental Sciences. And more students will be able to sign up for those advanced placement classes. Dr. Warlow and I already shared an interest survey with the high school students. So for the most part, we are expecting to keep AP Biology, but also add on AP Exploring Computer Science. And we did have about 15 students who were interested in enrolling and taking AP Statistics. So again, that program is free of charge. The MOU is listed below, but they will provide us with Chromebooks, they will provide us with resources. The students will have an online tutor who will work with them between 2 to 3 days a week. Sometimes they will assist them in person. These tutors and the guiding teachers, our professors are current graduates of Yale University, Harvard University, Virginia. They also allow our students to attend residential STEM camps. For instance, in January of this year, they hosted their annual STEM camp at Jackson State University, and they also have a residential camp at Mississippi State. And again, that's free of charge. The only cost to us, to the district, is providing transportation to and from those areas. So we are looking forward to pretty much garnering more community partnerships. District-wide professional development did take place upon return from the Christmas holidays. We had sessions for kindergarten through second grade foundational skills, which was hosted by MDE, and that took place at Naylor. I did get some positive feedback on their professional development. They actually engaged the teachers in not only the sit and get type of professional development, but a lot of hands-on activities. We had magnetic reading foundations, which is specific to the tutors at Pierman Elementary for their high dosage tutoring. Our high school engaged in ACT work keys, professional development, and they did purchase a tracker to assist them with being able to calculate the data for advanced placement classes, acceleration, as well as CTE. On January the 23rd, we hosted the district and Bolivar County Spelling Bee. We did have top 3 winners. Unfortunately, nobody did make it to the state. And we have had students to make it to the state spelling bee, but this year they had what they call a qualifier. So the students had to log in online and they had to spell certain words correctly. And they did that because they had so many students that actually participated or moved on to the state that they just couldn't hold everybody in their capacity. So we do look forward to continuing on with the spelling bee. I attended a meeting via Zoom yesterday about textbook adoptions. We do have areas such as cursive handwriting, pre-K math, computer science, K-5, and world languages are up for adoption. So I will be scheduling some textbook caravans so everyone will be able to look at some of those resources and make an informed decision. And last but not least, in the board updates with our iReady diagnostics, we are seeing great gains. At the beginning of the year, we only had about 21% of our students who were at mid or above grade level, and we're currently at 36%. Also, our students who are performing 2 or more grade levels below, they were at about 40%, and now we have decreased to about 26%. So we are seeing some good progress. And that concludes my update.
All right. Any questions for Mrs. Towers? If not, we will receive that report for informational purposes only. Approval of the consent agenda. Are there any items that?
I just got one.
Okay.
And I guess it's Nathan. On the travel for Bio Academy to Alabama. Are you looking at it? It's saying they're going by car and it's $415.40. What's the reimbursement rate now on mileage? Or how much?
0.65.
65? Okay. Let me do my math here.
0.65, 0.67 is one.
Okay. Just don't quite add up.
0.65 or 0.67?
0.65.
0.67.
Because didn't it just increase?
It increased January.
It's 0.67, I'm looking.
Okay.
0.67. I was gonna say it just increased in January, well, 6.5.
Okay, 6.7, it does add up.
Okay.
I'm good, Madam President.
All right. Can I get a motion to approve consent agenda?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
I second.
It has been moved by George Evans, seconded by Lucille Holmes to approve the consent agenda. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion carried. Date and time for the next meeting, March 21st, 6 p.m. Are you all available?
I'm good for that.
You good?
I think.
What is that
I
on?
think I'll be coming
It's
back.
a Thursday. Isn't it a Thursday?
Is that a Thursday or
That's a
Tuesday?
Thursday.
I'll be coming back. I'll be here.
Okay. All right, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Can I get a, okay, it's been moved by George Evans, seconded by Richard Box to approve, March 21st at 6 p.m. for the next meeting. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion carried. Approval of the docket and claims docket.
Come on, Richard.
And the 6.3.
Right, it's all under there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm good with it.
All right, I had one that I was not sure about. What's the sinking fund payment for, on page 30?
So the second fund payment, remember I brought to the board our investment in the 2010 qualified school construction bonds that was taken back in 2010. So we committed to put certain funds in
Okay.
for a whole year. It's a debt payment.
Okay, I just didn't remember. All right, I didn't have any other questions. Can I get a motion to approve?
I make the motion to
Second.
approve the docket.
Okay, it has been moved by Lucille Holmes, seconded by Richard Boggs to approve the docket and claims. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion carried. Approval to extend due dates for 16th section leases, do you all have any questions about that?
So, I guess a little clarification, is it just these leases or all 16 section leases?
Just these
Just
leases
those
that are
that are
listed
listed.
below.
They were due in,
So,
With the original due date
I see
there.
that,
And
2022.
And so we've been cited in the past for extending them without board approval.
Oh,
And
it
so
was
we
kind
have
of
to
just,
bring it across the board and spread it across the minutes in order to extend a due date. And we have to set a date for them to pay. And the board can keep extending it or terminate the lease.
right.
So
And they
April
bring it
15th.
back to us when they want to terminate.
If they don't pay by April 15th, we'll
They
probably
gonna be
bring a
terminated.
termination lease to you.
Okay. I was about to ask.
Move approved.
can I get a second?
Second.
It has been moved by George Evans, seconded by Lucille Holmes to approve the extended due dates for 16 section leases. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion carried. Approval to amend open POs for child nutrition. Do you all have any questions regarding that?
Did stuff go up? I see it.
So the first set of open purchase order were estimates based on what they're gonna need for the year. And they see that they need a little more to finish out the year, so we're just increasing it just to be safe.
I'm making a motion to approve.
Can I get a second?
I'll second
It's
it.
been moved by Richard Bach, seconded by Lucille Holmes to approve the amended open POs for child nutrition. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion carried. Approval to establish a Cleveland School District Police Department. Do you all have questions about that correspondence? If not, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
That's not, in other words,
It's the first step.
first step, and then we'll kind of get a budget idea. Okay, all right, I got you.
Are we still tied to Cleveland Police Department in any way?
Yeah.
We still
We
have
still
this
are?
already.
Yeah.
But they're gonna fall on the chair, or they're gonna fall on him when we get our own place.
Right.
Yeah, but not right now.
We'll need a new motion that one
I'll make a
day.
motion to approve.
Can I get a second?
Second.
It's been moved by Richard Bach, seconded by Lucille Holmes to approve the correspondence to establish a Cleveland Police Department. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion carried. Approval of Federal Justice Department Stop School Violence Proposal.
Okay. Go
This,
ahead.
I've met this lady who has been successful. This is what we applied for last year, the $500,000 grant, and we didn't get it. This lady has been able to secure 10, and these are federal grants, which are really hard. And anyway, that's what she'll charge us to write for it. And I'm asking permission to pay her this little amount to try to get the $500,000.
You got the expert grant writer sitting
Yeah,
back
but
there.
this lady, she is
She's not
good.
listening,
She
though.
is good, but every one of them is different.
She's ignoring me, and she
She
ain't
doesn't
ignoring me now, aren't you, Debbie?
What'd you say?
I said, we got the expert grant writer sitting back there, so.
Well, I'm kind of.
She's gonna work with her.
Okay.
We three have talked, so
Okay.
if y'all approve it,
You think it's what we need to do, then?
I do.
All right, can I get a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
It has been moved by Debbie Farinelli, seconded by Lucille Holmes to approve the Federal Justice Department Stop School Violence Proposal. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion carried. Approval of Department Management Strategic Plan. Any questions regarding
Is this
that?
something we've had before, just
It's just renewing.
no changes? I make a motion to approve.
Can I get a second?
Second.
It has been moved by Richard Bach, seconded by Lucille Holmes to approve the strategic plan. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion carried. We're gonna group items 12 and 13. Both of those are MOUs. Have you all had an opportunity to review those?
I have.
Do you have any questions regarding?
We're gonna be able to place them where they're needed.
On the interns, I think it's, what number, 12 and 13?
Number 13 is this.
Is that student teaching? We're gonna be able to place them where we want to.
Nikki?
Our plans for the upcoming year is to modify, the location of the schools, but I will say that this year we do have, interns at the middle school, at the high school, Bell, and Hayes Cooper, and we do have students who are doing their field experience by the observations at all the schools in the district.
Okay, so that's different from what it had been in the past.
Yeah.
Okay,
Move approved.
can I get a second?
Second.
It has been moved by George Evans, seconded by Debbie Farrinelli, to approve items 12 and 13, both MOUs. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carried. Approval of alternative work experience community service agreement. Do you all have any questions regarding that?
I'm good with it.
Tenant workers in cafeteria has asked for them.
Can I get a motion to, did you have a question,
No,
George?
so moved.
It has been moved by, George Evans, seconded by Richard Boggs, to approve number 14, alternative work experience. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carried. Items 15, 16, and 17 are also MOUs. Do you all have any questions regarding those MOUs? If not, can I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Can I get a second?
I'll
It has been moved by Richard Boggs, seconded by Debbie Farrinelli, to approve items 15, 16, 17 MOUs. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carried. Approval of the Alpha Program for Accelerated Students for CCMS, school year 24-25. Are there any questions regarding that?
And this is
And
part of the, what is this replacing, or is it?
Star.
Is
Star
This is
Pro.
the
The star
Star,
that was closed.
and then, so we're opening back up with an Alpha program.
Right.
Move
I-
approved.
I had one question. I did see that there was a cap, so I know there are different criteria in place. So what happens if all of those criteria do not rule out and we have more than 25 students? Do we have a plan for that?
What y'all think?
You take the, excuse me, the plan right now is to take the 25 students who have the top score. And if there is a tie, we have it listed how the tie will be broken. And if we have enough students, hopefully we can add a class next year.
Okay. All right.
If it's that much participation, bring it to the board and
Right.
let's figure it out.
So we won't have any subjectivity there, and you won't have problems that we've had in the past with
We
similar
tried to make
things.
the whole thing objective.
Okay, good deal. All right.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Can I get a second?
Second.
It has been moved by Richard Boggs, seconded by Debbie Farrinelli, to approve the Alpha program for CCMS. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carried. Approval of the ELC renewal application. Do you all have any questions regarding that? If not, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
It has been moved by George Evans, seconded by Lucille Holmes, to approve the ELC renewal application. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carried. Approval for the Gear Up speaker for March 22nd. Do you all have any questions regarding that? If not, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
I make the motion to approve the Gear Up speaker. Are you got
Is
questions?
Gear Up paying it?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's that good. Okay.
Is he married?
There are also,
Okay, I
Can I-
apologize.
That's okay. Can I get a you made the motion?
I thought Lucille did.
Dr. Freeman, we have a spending deadline on our revision. It's the money that's expiring. We had to have it spent and submitted for reimbursement in March 31st.
Oh, okay.
So
this is carryover money that wasn't spent.
Need to spend it.
Still wanted to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I second.
It has been moved by Lucille Holmes, seconded by George Evans, to approve the Gear Up speaker. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carried. Remove from table and approval of January policies review. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved by George Evans, seconded by Richard Boggs to remove from table and approve January policies. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion carried. Discussion and table the February policies. Are there any discussions regarding those policies?
No.
If not, can I get a motion to table?
Make a motion, go ahead, George.
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved by George Evans, seconded by Richard Boggs to table the February policies. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carried. Approval of personnel agenda. We're going to look at 23-1, 2, 3, and then Mr. Evans and I will recuse ourselves from 4. Can I get a motion to approve items 23-1 through 23-3? Are there any questions regarding that?
Which ones are coming off?
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3 we're gonna vote on.
They separated them already,
And 3.
didn't they?
I'm confused.
We pulled off 23.4
All right,
for
that's all.
Paulette and George to recuse themselves.
Oh, I see, you've already pulled them off.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. So that's a separate item.
Yes.
So we're gonna vote on
1,
2, 3.
1, 2, and 3.
23-1, 23-2, and
23-3.
23. I make a motion to approve those 3 personnel.
Everything y'all just
Can
said.
I get a second?
I second.
It has been moved by Richard Boggs, seconded by Lucia Holmes to approve personnel items 23-1 through 23-3. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it, motion carried. Please note that George and I are recusing ourselves from 23-4.
Hold
Got it, Richard?
on. I'm gonna figure it out.
2 of them.
We're on 23-4 right
Yes.
there. Got it.
They're dogging you.
Please let the record reflect that George Evans and Ms. Housey have left the room. I need, if you had time to look at 23-4, Cleveland School District renewal recommendations. If you have, I need a
Yeah,
motion.
I make the motion, we accept it.
Lucille makes the motion to approve.
Yeah.
Debbie
Second it.
Farinelli seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. You can let them back, if the motion passed,
That's it.
you can let them back in the room. It was real interesting at that conference to see that there's a difference between recusal, and what was the other one? Recusal, you can recuse yourself and remain in the room.
That's correct.
But if it's something that you have to
Walk out on.
you have to leave the room. But you can actually recuse yourself from the vote and remain in the room.
But with this, we can't.
Right, that's.
Yeah, we have to leave the room because remember, we got an audit finding for
That's
that.
right. And,
We did that again.
Right.
but I didn't know.
But that wasn't right.
If you recused yourself, you
I
had
got
to leave
up
the
and
room.
walked
Yeah, I
out
didn't know that.
when it came down to voting.
But if it wasn't written down, that was the.
But the record showed that I didn't leave the room, but I did.
Right.
Okay then,
We got it in the record this time.
okay then,
All right,
It passed.
okay.
okay. Can I get a motion to consider executive session?
So moved.
Second,
It has been moved by George Evans, seconded by Lucille Holmes to consider executive session. We will be entering executive session for items 26-1, student misconduct, 26.2, parent complaint. Are there any legal things we need? All right, can I get a motion to move?
So moved.
second.
It has been moved by George Evans, seconded by Lucille Holmes, and we will take a 2-minute break and enter executive session.
All right, that ended the live stream, so we good.
We need to get that mic